to our class today, just because I'm aware that many people would be short of time. I would like to get the class done, or some sort of movement done before getting ready for work in the morning, or just don't have as much time to do a proper class. So we're going to do a class that's about 25, no more than 30 minutes now. What I would emphasise though, obviously, is that a warm-up is really the thing about yoga. You want to make sure your muscles are warm enough. You can't just go into deep postures without a decent practice. So I'm going to do maybe 5 to 10 minutes worth of sun salutations to begin with, which I think will really help. But of course you could do a class, like a kettlebell class or a fitness class beforehand, and if you want to use this as an extension of that, then your body should be warmed up enough, obviously, from that, in which case you could start going in a little bit deeper. But if this is just a class you're doing as a standalone, you should always do a warm-up. Sun salutations are great. You can also just do a little bit of your yogic shuffles, but just make sure that you're not cold when you're coming into a shorter yoga class. All right? Okay, so we're going to start off, as always, just connecting with the breath. Always a good way to start any yoga practice is to get the breath correct. So we're just going to take a couple of minutes just to allow for ourselves to connect in to the heart chakra. Just take some deep Ujjayi breaths. And sometimes this is all you need to do for your yoga practice, quite simply. If you really don't have time to do any practice, don't give yourself a hard time. But if you can, make your practice, even if it's just that practice that day, is just sitting down and giving yourself a few minutes to touch base with yourself. Then you'll be doing yourself a huge favour just to stop, breathe, get your centre and come back into yourself. Okay, inhale, arms up, exhale, and again, inhale, and exhale. Inhale the left arm up and over to the right on the exhale. Inhale back. Other side. Inhale back. Just allow yourself to come into a flow. Keep the breath steady. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Okay, one more each side. We'll just allow, just opening up of the sides of the body. Over. Well done. Inhale the arms up. Warm up twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come back to centre. Inhale up and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Bring the legs out in front, quick point of flex of toes. Good. And then circle the ankles, just to warm up the ankles quickly. And then the other way around. Good. Excellent. Okay. Heels and toes, heels together and the pads of the toes together. And I want you to sit up nice and straight, lift the kneecaps, and see if you can just try and maintain this posture. Hands can come down by the sides. Breathing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release leave the feet. Bring the feet, the soles away out in front. Take a nice deep breath in. We'll just do a very gentle forward fold. Now don't worry if you don't get too deep here, because your hamstrings obviously are quite tight perhaps and not quite warmed up. So we're just taking it nice and easy on the lower back and the hamstrings and the calves. Okay, and breathing back up. Alright, see if you can stand up with no hands, okay? That's a good way to test whether or not your leg muscles and your core is working at the optimum. Right, come to the front. I'm going to do some sun salutations. Lift up, arms up. We're going to exhale, forward fold. Again, you can bend the knee here if your hamstrings are still a bit tight. You might get to the point, you will get to the point where your hamstrings are fine every time when you start these. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now you can bring a puppy dog into this if you like. If your hamstrings are feeling a little bit tight and you just want to try and lengthen them through with mindful practice, you can be gentle here as you push through. Okay. Inhale, right foot up to the hands, followed by the left. Look up with a straight back. Exhale into the knees. And inhale up. Exhale back down. Well done. Inhale again. Left side leading. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale with a straight back. Exhale. Left foot back. Right foot back into plank. Exhale down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog. Remember, you can bring your body all the way to the floor if you just don't have that upper body strength yet to come down into Chaturanga with your body off the floor. Okay. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Inhale, left foot up to the hands, followed by the right. Look up the straight back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right side leading. Inhale. This is a great way to warm up your body, okay? As long as you're mindful with the practice. Right foot, left foot. I'm taking it easy myself because inhale. I tried to multitask for a dog walk. Went for a run. I would normally do one of Rhonda's classes, but I went for a run with the dog and I managed to trip over a stone. So I sustained a bit of a calf pull. So, and 5, right foot up. I'm just taking it easy myself and I'm just concentrating very much on allowing the body, my left calf, just to find its own way here, okay, and taking it really easy. Left side leading, exhale, just keep going into the flow of the sun salutations. Inhale, left foot back, followed by the right. Exhale down, inhale. Upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Of course, you should always rest an injury, okay? But when you feel that the injury is on the recovery, then a gentle yoga class just to gently get some motion back into that sore bit is a very good practice. So some of the yin stuff and some of the restorative stuff that's on there would be brilliant. And 5, bring up the left leg, right foot, inhale with a straight back, and exhale into the knees, inhale up, okay, and exhale back, well done. Take that left foot back into a nice warrior position, okay, for the foot slightly turned in, alright, we're going to just bring ourselves up into warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1, Maybe your hips are square forward, shoulders are down, chest is lifted. Looking up to the thumbs, back leg is straight and strong. 3, 4, and 5. Keep the legs where they are, but take the hands behind. Clasp the fingers round, shoulders down. Inhale, and as you exhale, come forward and bring the arms up. Now you can bring your chest down onto the right leg, or you can bring your chest a bit further down to the floor, depending on how your hips feel. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come up just halfway. Take the hands down, bring that left foot round, come back into plank. Exhale down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog again. Exhale, downward dog. Rest here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Either step or jump up to the hands. Okay, looking up with a straight back. Exhale into the knees. Inhale the arms up. Back down to Samasthiti. This time right foot back. We're going to come into our warrior 1. Okay, remember just to take it easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Keep the legs where they are. Hands behind. Shoulders down. Inhale, exhale, forward and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Coming up slightly. Release the hands, hands down, back into plank. We're going to hold plank here. 1, 2, 3, 4, remember, keep that core strong, and 5. Bring the knees to the floor. Come back. Inhale. Bring the arms up. Raise yourself up. And then exhale back down. Inhale. Bring the arms behind. Raise up through the legs and the core. Exhale down. And again. Raising up. This is a great one for building strength in the quads. Exhale down. Inhale. Okay, and down. Remember, keep that core nicely strong. Last one. Inhale. Well done. And back down to tabletop. Okay, tabletop. Knees and hip width apart. We're just going to circle round with the back. So we're going to come round in a big circle with our hips down to the heels and round in a nice big circle. We're going to do 3 circles in one direction. And then we're going to reverse. I forgot to put my other little light on. Sorry, it could be not quite as bright for everybody. Okay, I'm sure you can still follow the class. Okay, we're going round 1 on the other side. 2. And 3. Jolly good. Come back to centre. Let's have 3 cats and cows. Inhale, bring your tummy to the floor, raising in the chest. Exhale, round the shoulders, bring the tummy to the spine on the exhale. Inhale, tummy to the floor. Exhale. And inhale. centre. Take a deep breath in here. As we exhale, we're going to take that left arm through as far as we can manage into thread the needle. Bring the right arm round if you're able, otherwise leave it where it is if you're struggling with the weight on your neck. Come round. Bring that right shoulder up towards the ceiling. Breathing. Nice deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring that right hand round, left hand up. 2 cats and cows. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Coming back to centre. Take a deep breath in here. Same other side. Bring that right arm through as far as you can go. Rest your head down. Take that other arm round if it suits you. Left shoulder up towards the ceiling. Bring a nice twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Brilliant. Bring that left hand round, back to cats and cows, and just we're going to do the last couple of 2 more cats and cows. Inhale, exhale. Just go with the breath. Keep the ujjayi breath going. Inhale and exhale. Good. Coming back down. All right, we're going to just finish off with a few more minutes now. On seated postures. Alright, so we're going to bring the left foot up into Janusirsasana. Left foot up towards the perineum, hips still facing right leg. Inhale here, exhale. Again, don't worry if you're not that deep down here, it doesn't matter if you're only here. And if you need to put a support underneath here with a block or a few books, by all means do so if your hip is really tight. Okay, breathing 1, 2, 3, 4, you're doing well. 5, inhale back up, left foot down. Take a nice deep breath in, forward fold. Again, just take it easy here. Remember, if you're doing a shorter class, don't worry about, if you can't get that deep into postures. You normally get down deep with Paschimottanasana here. Maybe a little bit more of a yoga practice. Other side, again, hips are square. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Now I'm going sort of vinyasa flow. I'm kind of breathing through. So it's reasonably paced. 4, and 5. Good. Coming back up again, and again, take a nice deep breath in. We come forward to your Paschimottanasana, forward fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly coming back up. Okay, I'd like to do one, it's actually for me, for my calf, but I thought we'd do it anyway because it's all kind of part of it. So we're going to do this one here where we bring our foot perpendicular to this extended leg, okay? Now for some of you that might be tricky enough as it is, you might only have your foot here. That's fine. Just go with that, work with that until that left hip feels quite comfortable to open up to this point. If this is absolutely no bother for you at all, then you can bring that foot further in towards that right thigh so that you've got the instep of your foot tucked into the left thigh, okay? So that you are on the ball of your foot here, okay? Now that's a really intense calf stretch here and a shin stretch. Now, not many people find this comfortable, and quite often the foot is positioned so that you've got more weight on the pinky side of the toes, and that can be quite uncomfortable. So practice trying to get the ball of your foot so that you've got equal pressure through the full part of the ball of your foot, all right? Before you do the final stage, which is to come forward from here, which again is really quite tricky and a bit uncomfortable on the toes until you get used to them. So just practice where you're at. 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm counting quite quickly. Normally, you would hold this for 5 full breaths. Okay, now that's a nice stretch on the calves, which I'm sure you can feel there. But it can feel quite uncomfortable on the feet and the toes. So again, just practice that really slowly, right? So again, we'll do the other side. We'll start with the foot perpendicular first of all. You'll feel that quite intensely in the hip and the calf and the shin as it is, and also the ankle. So just stay here if that's you. Come in if you are quite okay with that. And again, you might just get to some point where you're okay with this, and that's as far as you want to go, and that's fine too. Work with this mindfully until you feel you're at a position where you can come forward and it's reasonably comfortable to do so. So breathing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Well done. That's a hard one, okay? So don't sweat it if you're really struggling with that. That's Janu Sirsasana 3. C. Okay, now I want you to now point and flex the toes. Point and flex the toes. Point and flex the toes. So you've brought an awful lot of blood now coming into your toes, which is great if you've got any circulation issues. It's a great posture, that last one. Okay, coming round. Again, because we've done quite a lot with the toes this way, sort of pulled back, we're going to now do a posture, Parsvottanasana, where we point the toes and we're actually holding ourselves down with the toes. Alright, so fingers pointing towards the bottom. Inhale, core, lift up, point the toes, and take the head back. So this is bringing a slight back bend also, which we also want to bring into our practice, especially if we've done lots of forward folding ones. We need to bring something in that gives a little bit of a back bend. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring the bottom back down. Inhale here, bring yourself back up, and as you exhale, come forward again. Two, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, up you come. Well done. Okay, let's just finish off with a nice little back bend. Coming onto your back, gentle back bend here. Feet finding a comfortable position. Taking a deep breath, engaging the core. Lifting ourselves up, holding ourselves here. Now you can bring your hands underneath to support your back if you wish, but you'll find that will increase that arch in the back, but it is an easy way to support yourself. Or you can give your legs a little bit more work to do by removing your arms, but just keeping the core strong and keeping the bottom lifted up, okay? You can feel a nice little back bend going on in there. Breathing through. Okay, keeping it nice and steady for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring your bottom back down again. Bring the knees up to the chest, okay? And just give yourself a little rock from side to side. And just roll round. Well done. And you can bring your legs up towards the ceiling, bring them back a little bit further towards your face and see if you can grab your toes. Okay, and you're just going to bring your toes a bit further back towards the back of your head, okay? So we're just taking a nice deep breath here, allowing the expansion and lengthening of the hamstrings and the calves. Now if you bring your legs up together and engage the knees, okay, you can make your legs work a little bit harder and the hamstrings work a little bit harder, okay? But again, if you need to bring a bend in your knee here still, that's absolutely fine, okay? We're still lengthening through the back. Okay, now you want to take a nice deep breath in, and then you want to bring the legs out to the side. And just allow the arms to be the only weight that brings those legs from the inside. The abductors get a nice little stretch here. Again, just take some nice deep breaths. Two, 3, 4. We'll go to 10 here for the final posture. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Slowly bring the legs back, bring a little bend in, cross over the feet, and then just use a bit of momentum, okay, to roll up to seated. Well done, everybody. That's a wee short and sweet number for you. Okay, always remember Shavasana. Always remember Shavasana. 5 minutes more is all you need, but that can really just sort your head out. Okay, so I'm going to finish in the usual way. Hands clasped. Take a nice deep breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Well done, everybody. See you next time. Have a Shavasana.